guitar player in the foreground is Jake Hirschland of the band Post Animal. I'm going to show you how I built the guitar he's playing. This is not going to be a step-by-step instructional video, although I'd certainly like to do that in the future. I have 3 guitars in various stages of completion, and what I'd like to do is go through each part, explain how it's made, and then show how the entire guitar comes together in the end. The starting material for the body is 8/4 alder, which looks like this. I mill it down to 1 3/8 inches, glue up a 3-piece body blank, and shape it either using templates and a handheld router or like this. Here's the CNC at work. To tell you the truth, it takes about the same amount of time using the router templates, the router, as it does using the CNC. And here's the final scooped out blank. The body is rough cut out of the blank using a bandsaw, and then a template is used for finishing it off. The edges are rounded over, the holes are drilled, and the various cuts are made. There's a small belly cut, there's a cut in this wing to allow your hand to get up to the high frets without hitting this. The neck is made from 5/4 hard maple, and I produce a scarf joint by cutting this through it at 17 degrees, flipping the small piece around and epoxying it back down. And I end up with a neck blank that looks like this. This already has the slot cut for the truss rod in it. I use a couple of templates, like so. Rough cut this on the bandsaw and finish it off with a flush bit on the router table, and end up with this. I've also thinned out the peg head somewhat, and this is now ready to take the fingerboard. The fingerboards that I'm making now are made from this really nice piece of East Indian rosewood that I've had sitting in my basement for years and years, and I'm finally starting to use. This is what the rough blank looks like. This is what it looks like after it's been shaped and had the fret slots cut. And this fits on the neck like so. There are a couple of pins in there to keep it aligned perfectly. And now this is ready for inlaying. I inlay mother of pearl, a simple kind of pattern. I won't put all these on here, but just a couple. Looks like that. I cut the pockets and epoxy them in, and then radius the fingerboard to 9.5 inches, and do the final shaping of the neck after gluing the fingerboard on. And this is what it looks like at the end. This has kind of an odd inlay pattern, which I'm not all that pleased with, but it's okay. One thing I want to show about the neck is that there's this pocket here, and the aluminum frame, which connects the neck to the bridge, will fit into this pocket. And I don't know if you can see this, it doesn't show up too well, but that pocket slopes backwards. It's deeper here than here. It goes back about 1/32 of an inch. So with the tensions of the string, this is going to flex up a little bit on that aluminum frame, and this compensates for it. I also make a maple fretboard shown here. In this case, I cut the pockets for the inlays somewhat larger and embed the mother of pearl in black epoxy to provide some contrast with the maple, and also bind the whole thing in black. Here are the components of the aluminum frame. This piece attaches to the neck, and there's a reinforcing plate that's underneath it. This plate attaches to the bridge. These two things are connected together by this 3/4 by 1/4 extruded aluminum bar, and the cross pieces are used to attach the whole assembly to the body of the guitar. These are made from 6061 machinable aluminum. The final piece is the aluminum top. This is cut from 1/8 inch stock, cut out with the bandsaw, and again, using a template and the router table with the flush bit, it's finished off. So, the way this all comes together is as follows. The aluminum frame with the reinforcing plate that fits into the pocket in the body goes in here, and it should fit snugly. Which it does. The neck pocket fits over the aluminum frame here. Fits like that. And the cover goes on like that. And here's an example of a completed guitar. The body is finished in nitrocellulose lacquer. The top is all shined up, and this one has lace sensor pickups. All the electronics are installed. The neck is finished and has a truss rod cover cut of 1/8 aluminum, Schaller mini tuners, and my logo spray painted on the back. And this is ready for final assembly.